You're listening to the Classic Gamers Guild podcast.
This makes my nipples hard.
Hey everybody, I'm Anna, and with me as always is Paul. And today we're talking about adventure game relationships. Well, it's hard to put any relationship into a category, and we're gonna damn well try. We've even made categories and thought of relationships from games, and it's hard to remain entirely conventional. There's just so much cool stuff out there, so many relationships. So let's talk about them.
Man, okay. All right.
You're not sure.
I don't know. You kind of talked me out of wanting to do this.
I thought it was a good idea up until just this moment.
Right. The words were coming out, and it's fine. It's going to be a fun time. We're talking about, spicy stuff, relations. Some of these topics are pretty, pretty. I'm not trying to do Larry David Curb thing here. I'm just trying to think of the next word. They're pretty, what's the word? Good.
Yeah, they're mildly offensive.
Now I'm talking you out of this episode. Okay, all right, regroup. All right, we're good, guys. Look, we got this. This is actually, we were looking forward to this episode up until we started it. It would seem like. But it's going to be fun. We have a bunch of, we have 11 categories of relationship-like stuff. And for our Patreon listeners, we got a bonus. We're doing something for you besides releasing the episode like 4 hours before it comes out. I put ish when I put early access. This is early-ish access. So here's the deal. Okay, if you're listening on Patreon or a Patreon member, the Patreon version of this episode, stay tuned after the outro. For a little bonus content. We have a quick fire round of particularly raunchy, gross categories that just didn't feel classy enough for this very fancy episode. So.
Yes, it is. Do you have any Grey Poupon to go with it?
Right, yeah. Anna and I just recently revisited that commercial, and if you haven't, frankly, you should. It's
It's banger, really. It's so good.
For all the parents out there, like, force your kid to watch it, and then
joke about it every time you go to the grocery store. Offer them, would you care for any Grey Poupon? But you have to do the accent.
Yeah, or do that little like Wayne's World mockery of it to like a 20-year-old who has no idea what you're referencing.
It's beautiful.
That'd be awesome. Be like,
so you're the lead here on this episode.
All right. I was gonna go down a mustard hole with that, so we'll stay with adventure games, I guess. Man. Have you heard about Daddy Stinky Chicken? I make it every night. It's canned chicken with mustard on it.
Oh, yeah, right, of course.
It smells like what you think it smells like,
Right.
Yeah. Like you can... All right. Sorry, I said we're not going down the mustard hole. So anyway.
Oh, we went down that hole a little bit.
There's a brief foray into the mustard hole, but we're back now. So first topic. We have so many topics. Let's just say the topics. The first one, look, I really got OCD about the pacing for this episode, so I tried to put each of these topics in a nice, naturally unfurling orchestration. Needlessly fancy way of saying that. So we're going to start out light. What I'm saying is we're going to ease it in other words. We're not going to spit on it and jam it. We're going to take it real slow. So the first one is we're just lighting a candle here. Best adventure game couple.
Aw, that's such a sweet start.
I know. So I guess I'm going first. This is weird. I never go first, but okay. So Elaine and Guybrush are like the icons. When you really stop and think about like, I don't know, the iconic adventure game couples, it's really hard to get past Guybrush Threepwood and Elaine Marley from the Monkey Island series because, they're consistent throughout the whole series. They're pretty consistent. Well, that's not true. No adventure game couple is consistently a couple. It seems like the more you look into it, but they're consistent enough. Little issues in Monkey Island too, but you get the point. And then they're kind of like partners, sidekicks, partners in crime as the series goes on. But I didn't pick them because it was low hanging. Because I think they're the obvious choice. Is that fair? Do you think they're the obvious choice, Anna?
They could probably easily come up in a bunch of different categories, to be fair.
because there isn't like a flagship Sierra relationship. Space Quest dropped the ball on that. We'll get into that later. And King's Quest doesn't stick with Graham.
Not like all the way through the series.
Yeah.
Like for every single game. There's always a little bit of something here and there.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right. So, Elaine and Guybrush are the iconic choices. Alexander and Cassia? Is that how you say that? Cassima. Okay.
With the bird.
Autocorrect fucked me. It decided to... Okay. Anyway. Yeah, the girl in the tower.
Right.
They're a good, like, storybook choice. It's like
She's reaching out. She's reaching out for you.
Thank you. Right. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's a good storybook. It's like a, encapsulated little storybook romance. In all of its purity and corniness. Rakesh and Krisha, as Anna's ears perk up, right? She's right there with the
Yeah, no, I know who you mean.
You hear that excitement? That's adorable. Okay.
They spend like the whole fucking third game cuddling.
Yes, and along with them is Shamin and Shima. Those two couples are models of like a really like an actual healthy, solid relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like it's because I don't know. A lot of these aren't super healthy. Anyway, okay. Graham and Valenice are like a quiet, steadfast couple. Like they get married, they have a family, they raise good kids, they stay together through adversity. But like we don't really ever get to know them as a couple. So that's the problem with them. So that lands on my pick, which is Max and his wife from Sanitarium. Ooh. I really overthought a lot of these. So the reason I picked this, short explanation, don't worry, is so in Sanitarium, Max is in a coma, fighting for his life, going through different metaphysical levels of, what would you say, trauma and hallucination. And Max's wife is what anchors him to reality as he's fighting for his life. And then at the end of the game, it's like is this a hard spoiler? I don't know. Spoiler, you can skip it at 30 seconds. I'll make it quick. At the end of the game, him and his wife reunite and have a baby together. So it's just a nice little closed arc. Like she's what keeps him sane. She's what anchors him to reality. The motivation he needs to fight for his own life, and then when he gets out of it, she's still there for him, and they go on to have a family together.
Oh, very sweet.
I know. So what's yours?
Okay, well, I'm not supposed to say Larry and Rosella, because they only had a very quick tryst, according to one of my strategy guides. So I'm going to say Larry and Patty, because although they didn't necessarily stay together for all of the games, they are iconic. And out of being iconic, couldn't that potentially make them the best couple? I mean, who's to say during the time that they were together, that they didn't serve each other in all the ways they needed to be served, even if it only lasted the equivalent of a couple of games?
The word serve was carrying a lot of weight there. It was doing a lot of different things. I mean,
it's true.
They burned fast and something hard, maybe. They burned. What's that expression? When it's like unsustainably passionate.
Yeah,
That's
like
them.
They burned fast and then it, something hard.
So yeah, it's
down.
that second.
Yeah,
right.
That's the one.
I just want to say died hard so bad, but that's,
That's not what it is though.
Okay, that's
it sucked, but that's not my own. I mean, I had a few other ones that I thought of because.
You're like, I thought of other things.
I swear I did. No, Donald Duck and his playground in Donald Duck's Playground. And I think it's a forever relationship that he works hard. And they are one of the best couples. It's very sweet.
You mean Donald Duck and the abstract idea of a playground? Is that?
No, he makes one. In the game Donald Duck's Playground, he works really hard and earns the money and builds his playground, which he loves. And because it's a children's game, that's a great representative of love and a great coupling.
Okay. All right. Man, yeah, I said we were going to ease it in. That's more of like a spit on it and jam it sort of situation, but that's okay. No, we're doing good here. So
thanks.
I just want to say about Patty and Larry that I feel like they're a good modern couple.
Like
she's
like Married with Children or whatever.
Like the phone sex thing that she runs, it's like the modern equivalent of OnlyFans.
It is. I think it's a great job for her, especially because she had to stay back at the cabin in the wilderness while Larry was back working things out in the 5th game and the 6th game.
Yeah. Nice. All right. Did you have another? You sounded like you had another. You don't have to.
Oh, I can. I can throw down. Let me think here. I can do. Wait, Queen. There was no wait. I won't do that one. Okay, Robin Hood and Maid Marian from the game. Which game is that from?
Conquest of Camelot.
That's the one. That's an iconic relationship that's been represented by Disney, and if you're thinking of classic relationships, that's one that a lot of people would already know about, and you don't really hear about them having any problems. Like, she didn't cheat on him. He didn't shoot her with an arrow. Like, it was pretty a good thing, all said and done, once it was all in.
Yeah, I think she was my first crush, the one who played that in the Kevin Costner Robin Hood movie.
Oh, man, yeah. I don't know who she is, but I do know who she is, and I love her.
That and the girl from Waterworld.
Yeah.
Not the kid, the adult. I mean, I was a kid, so either would be okay. I'm just specifying it was the adult.
You could go either way when you're that young.
Yeah.
Jared and his donkey.
Yeah, right.
True love forever, because they also find gold together.
Dude, okay, 20. I just read the amount of time this has been recording for instead of my notes. That's not a good sign at number 2, but we're fine. We're doing good. Number 2. This is the they could do better but probably won't category. So who, for the listeners, right, if you're playing along to a degree, like, who comes to mind when you think like they could totally do better but they probably won't? The first thing I had was Sonny Bonds and Marie Wilkins. Aww. Now, they seem like a solid couple, but Sonny's a good boy, and Marie was a literal prostitute. So it's just, it seemed like
so
more...
she could have done better, yeah. And
he could have done better.
Cop.
No, Jesus, Anna.
Oh, is that what it meant?
Okay, but the thing with that is that Marie, like, she comes good, and they're actually, like, a pretty solid couple in the second game. They're actually one of the more solid Sierra couples that there is. And if you want to overanalyze it, it turns into, like, a nice message about growth and second chances and stuff like that, as far as Sonny's unwillingness to condemn Marie for her previous lifestyle, and, they all come
I'm
good.
not going to judge you on what you did yesterday or 15 times the day before.
Right, exactly, yeah. I'm not going to say that. Okay. It had something to do with, never mind.
Yeah, this episode's touchy. Literally and feely.
Nice, yeah.
Thanks.
I really want to make this joke about her breath, but I'm going to leave it. So the other choice would have been Freddie Farkas and Penelope Prim. That's like a good shout as far as could do better. Like, Freddie could definitely do better than Penelope. And so is Indiana Jones and Elsa Schneider, because I get to use Last Crusade in general because it's an adventure game. But the thing with that is that both of them don't know the sinister side of the girl until later. And they don't stay with the girl after learning that they're terrible people. So that doesn't count either. Which brings me to my choice, which is George Stobart. He could do better than Nico.
Yeah, she wasn't nice to him.
Thank you. We've only played the first 2 games, so like if things, I expect their arc continues on or whatever. But from the perspective of the first 2 games, from what I gathered, George had to go back to the States because his father was dying, and in that period of time, she cozied back up with lobster stew. So, yeah, not feeling it. All right, what's yours?
Well, I could say Larry and Patty again, couldn't I? I mean, to be fair, Patty could do better. I wouldn't say Larry could do better. But also, if it could have been, you know what, it would be that he would leave her or she would leave him, but it's just too bad that they never happened, so I can't say them. I agree with the Freddie Farkas one. I think Penelope didn't turn out always to be as sweet as she could be to her man to stand by him, so, he definitely could have been better. What about... Oh, I can ship that in another category. Now I'm just teasing everybody right now, I think. Could have done better. When the hero marries Katrina at the end of Quest for Glory 5, is that controversial? Because she's just like, she's so demanding. She makes you come see her like 1,000,000 times. And really, she's kind of like Eternal Darkness, and although she, grows a conscience, you're literally sacrificing somebody who gave peace to the world, so... Maybe the hero could have chosen better at the end of that game. But then you could be like, well, if he just chose Noir, and then let the other ones go, then is that really the right choice or the wrong choice anyway?
Unclear. But I
Yeah.
have more to say on Katrina later, so that's why I'm being a little quiet about it. But that's fair. I mean, yeah. Mm-hmm. I feel like they had different aims pretty drastically. All right, are you good? Are you?
No, I'm still kind of, this is the whole reason why I didn't take any notes, right? Honestly, Elaine and Guybrush, again, to be fair, like
But
how
which
much
one?
how much time do you think she spends managing his fuck ups?
Right.
And
I
being
guess.
like, oh, dude, I have to clean all this up. Who's going to be stuck writing the bank or finishing up the paperwork? Like, do you really think he's going to be that responsible of a guy to deal with all that stuff? I feel like she's going to end up having to do a bunch because of him, then her life would be more difficult.
Yeah, that's a pretty good choice. Which one was a terrible question to pose for these two? Because it's very obviously Guybrush that's the dead weight there. Because he's a total dick to her in the second game. Mm-hmm. And then in the third game, he's the one that gets her gilded, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And Gross, I didn't play the other ones. But yeah, that's a good shout. I'm happy with that.
Okay. And you had to get somewhere sometime.
Yeah, no, we're warming up. This is gonna be a hell of a comeback story, this episode. So the third one is the best flirt.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That would be, what's her name? The Noir in Quest for Glory 2. Because it sparks. I know you're supposed to go first,
That's
but
okay.
it hit me so fast I had to say it. I'm not good at waiting my turn.
Dude, roll with it.
But because she's super sexy, so much so that she ends up coming back in the fifth game and becomes a potential marriage candidate. And she was in a brothel, like in all the ladies in that. And Madame Ovary.
You know what's interesting about this question, because the fact that you took it to the female angle makes me think that I feel like flirting for dudes and flirting for girls are like two different things.
Yeah, could be.
Like-
Where
like-
did you take it?
Well, the like men, I don't know, men need flirting to peacock for mating selection, right?
Right.
Since women generally choose, so we use flirting to be chosen, and females, I mean, they often don't like. I don't want to say they don't need to flirt, but it's different. It's like, I don't know, like there's a certain class of women where like they don't have to, like they could just default to say nothing and have success.
Yeah, like all my answers, like Gabriel Knight is a flirter. If you want to go, he can fit in almost every category I have. Or have you played the Tex Murphy games? He was pretty smooth, but he also he'd always say something negative about himself, and the girls would love it. Be like, "Aw, no, you're super cute."
Right, exactly. Yeah, and it's not to say that pickup lines is flirting, because really that's probably the worst form of flirting, but if we were to equate it, it's like girls don't need pickup lines. And I almost feel like with women, flirting usually is more, what's a nice way to say it? It's something that they do for strategic positioning. Like they'll use flirting to penetrate security. And you know what I mean? I'm speaking fictionally now. Like, if like a heist sort of situation, the girl uses that temptress, seductive, flirty side
Right,
to like.
we use it if we have to, but we don't need to.
Yeah, I don't want to say weaponize it, but
No.
it's not that either. So
It's a skill.
anyway, I think they're interesting, interestingly different things for the two. But what I was just gonna say is that it's Gabriel versus Indiana, like pretty clearly here. And then actually, now that I think about it for 2 seconds, it's Indiana because he actually gets the girls. Mm-hmm. Gabe struggles to close these deals, man.
Yeah, he doesn't shut it down. You know what? And he leaves himself vulnerable because of it.
He's not a closer.
He's
Gabe.
damaged. I think he never, did he, I don't know his history. Did he have all of his family growing up? Or was he like the little brother of 15 kids? Like maybe he was always kind of looked over and he had to become sassy and kind of cynical to even get attention. I don't know his history.
Yeah, I don't either, but I do know that he's not a closer.
No.
Do you have one for this, or did you already kind of? I don't think you did.
I mean, I kind of gave some stuff up. That was kind of mainly what I was thinking.
Oh, you know what's
What?
Sorry, no, go ahead.
Oh, okay. No, you go ahead.
Well, okay, this is a bit obscure, but this the girl in Blade Runner, I had to look up her name. It's Dektora.
Oh.
That's why, man, ridiculous names kill me like that. Like, if you go full ridiculous, it works. You know what I mean? But if it's like a blend of a real name and not, anyway. Her from Blade Runner, she was oddly flirty, like quite flirty, like was constantly kind of hitting on what's your name, Ray McCoy. Patty's a good flirt, but she's like more one to use it strategically, use it to her advantage, sort of thing.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. All right, what you got?
I started.
Oh, okay, fair enough. All right, well then we'll move on to best bromance.
Breast bremens. You can make them all into boobs if we try hard enough.
But I keep want to say blessed. The
best blessed bromances.
Yes, sure. So, do you want to go? You want to go first, or should I go first?
We'll go back to our.
Okay, we'll go back to me. Okay,
I just got excited.
Less to pick from here than I predicted. I really thought with bromance there was going to be like a bunch of choices, and there's kind of none. At least I had a really hard time with it. So, I mean, quick shout out to my own boys, Oliver and Engelbert. But even them, they like sometimes they're bros, but then sometimes they have more like a master, apprentice, mentor, orphan sort of vibe.
Jared and the donkey.
Yep, that's coming up for me.
It's just the second time it fits. That's all. I might fit it in again.
I say, well, see, no, I got to push back on that because the donkey is not cool. He's not your friend. Like, he's not a bro.
He's such an ass.
Yeah, oh my god. Jesus. The more you dig on this, the less there is. Like Drew and Flux, Drew Wildly, whatever. Like it's pretty thin. Torin and
friends.
Boogle or whatever the fuck is. No, I don't like that.
Sam and Max, they're pretty like.
That's my pick. Yeah, that's what I ended up with. That's all I got.
And you haven't played Grim Fandango, but Grim and Manny are pretty bro-like. Like, right away, they have, like, doof. It's everything together.
They got that doof.
They got the doof. Like, doof, and then it's stuck.
Yeah. All right. Well, Sam and Max is probably the best choice, because there's animal companions, like Willie and Horny and Adam and Cetus and stuff, but that's not really, like, bro-y.
No.
I mean, for starters, the animal says, nothing ever, so. Mm-hmm. Which works, apparently, in, like, Phineas and Ferb.
Yeah.
Which I never watched except for that one episode where Slash is in it. Okay, most toxic relationship.
Okay.
Oh, right, because I'm first. Yeah, we shouldn't have done that. We should.
No, it's stuck. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is.
For this one, it's just a matter of pick a Phantasmagoria, and I picked the first one. It's Adrian and Don. Like it doesn't get more toxic than that. You experience the destruction of their marriage from first person point of view of Adrian, where they're a happy couple that buys a suspiciously spooky looking mansion. Said mansion turns out to be actually spooky. Don tries to rape and kill her. It ticks all of the toxic boxes. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, Freddie and Penelope, it ended up being rather toxic.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I would have to say. And I do wonder, again, if it gets toxic between the hero and Katrina. If they end up staying together. You could even call Patty and Larry a little bit toxic between the two of them. In Conquest of Camelot, have you played that one?
No, that's the one I haven't. No.
Right. Okay.
With Arthur or something.
Yeah, but King Arthur's wife is in love with his knight, right? So her and Sir Lancelot.
Oh, okay.
So who was it not good for though?
Arthur for sure. That's not even.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't sound great all around. That there's a girl maybe not behaving the way that she should.
Okay, so so Arthur can do better than whatever that girl's name is.
Yeah, Arthur can do better than whatever that girl's name is. And I mean, I guess with Phantasmagoria, Curtis, I mean, does he even really want Jocelyn? I mean, is it bad for Jocelyn or bad for Curtis? Because I don't know that she's what he wants, and I don't know he's what she wants for various reasons on both sides.
Well, here, let's just move into the next one so I can answer that. Most likely to cheat. And my pick is Curtis because he actually cheats on Jocelyn.
Right. That is true.
But
does happen.
I was actually, for most toxic, I was thinking Curtis and Teresa, because they have like this volatile, like, I don't know, sex-centric sort of relationship, I guess you
But
could say.
Jocelyn was his girl.
Yes.
Teresa was like the exciting work girl or whatever, the other girl.
But it turns into a thing. It becomes flingy.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't seem the healthiest. But anyway, yeah, most likely to cheat. All right, so let's move on to that one. So even though I already gave my answer, I'm going to backtrack and say the top candidates for the flirt category are uncoincidentally the first two that come to mind when I think of most likely to cheat. So Indiana and Gabriel.
Right.
Larry feels like an obvious choice, but he actually ends up being pretty loyal to Patty, and she's the one that leaves him. So I don't think it's Larry. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, this question just brings up my baked-in irritation for Space Quest 6, because that game's clumsy mishandling of the relationship dynamics makes Roger seem to be kind of a scumbag cheater. Because all of a sudden he just doesn't give a shit about the girl he's been, fell in love with in the previous game, who he definitely knows he has a kid with in the future. And all of a sudden, they just stick him with this Stellar Santiago girl, the one with the hot dogs on her forehead looking thing, and I just don't like that whole thing, because Roger doesn't have cheater vibes, right? He has lovable loser
Affable.
sort of vibes.
He might accidentally cheat somehow, randomly, but he didn't mean to. He didn't intend to at all.
If anybody was to slip on a freshly mopped floor and actually fall into a vagina,
yeah, that would be him.
It might be Raj.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. And again, Tex, right? He likes damaged women. If you've played the game every single time, he ends up.
Ah, nice shot.
Yeah.
Tex Murphy, okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's pretty good. Do we cover all that off then?
Yeah, I think we're pretty good there.
All right. What about best never was a couple?
Aw. See, that's Edgar and Rosella.
Aw, that's sweet. I didn't even think about them, right.
Yeah, because he tried. And then Rosella and the frog, because she's like, oh, he's so good looking and he's so arrogant and I love a bad boy. But then he's all like, nope.
Right, and he rivets off.
Yeah, he's just gone.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and then she ends up with the super man. That's quite on the nose when you put it that way, right? Then she gets the super nice guy who would do anything for her, and he's not enough of a challenge. Mm-hmm. Nothing to tame there, so she just. I mean, in her defense, he really kind of bum rushed it, Edgar. They'd known each other for probably 7 or 8 minutes when he proposed, so that's on him. I mean, Gabriel and Grace are why I've made this category, but as you said, first of all, privately in chat, that you could put Gabriel and Grace in most of these, and it'll work.
What about the dude at Full Throttle? Didn't he almost get with that other lady, but then she ended up getting a corporation and he drives away or whatever?
Yeah, that was ultimately my pick. Okay, let me back up.
I don't remember her name though.
It's Maureen.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna back up real quick to Gabe and Grace, because the thing is, even though I had them in mind coming up with the category or whatever, coming up sounds so generous, like it was this creative endeavor. Anyway, I realized that this is going to get nerdy, but I realized that Gabriel and Grace never, they what am I trying to say? They're not quite a never was. Because they're in a sense like, okay, they are never was. In the sense that, like, we never got Gabriel Night 4, where Jane Jensen said she would have continued their arc. So,
we could have gotten more with Gabriel and Von Glower, too. They never were, but that was, like, there was so much sexuality and energy. Kind of like, what's his name? Curtis and Trevor.
Yeah.
Right? Well, they're almost, but and then there was, didn't they, like, almost kiss, but they didn't quite kiss. And they never actually became a couple, but they should have.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I have more to say on that on the next one, for the next, the literal next one. But I guess my point with Gabriel and Grace is just to say that, like, they don't ever part ways. We just never get to see what happened, what became of them. And like, yeah, they definitely tease it out at the end of, especially the second and third game, like what's going to go on with them, or will they, won't they, sort of thing. Mm-hmm. But it's not like the game decides, the story decides that they won't. We just never got that closure. So like, I don't really know if they were a never was. They kind of were, but they also kind of weren't. Anyway, that's why I ended up picking. Oh, quick shout out to Boston Lowe and Maggie from the Dig, because I thought they were going to hook up.
Nice. I thought so too.
Right. Okay. Thank you. You kind of,
totally.
they're both like competent, and it's kind of like how in a lot of major movies, like the two people fall in love, and you're always like, why? And the answer is like, because they're both attractive. There's really no other reason, but it's like, oh, because they're both in the movie.
Yeah, it makes sense. They are the main characters.
Right.
Like.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. That's kind of the Boston Maggie thing, but. But anyway, yeah, I picked Ben Throttle and Maureen because they're attracted to each other. They definitely had chemistry. They had like this bikery mutual respect vibe going on. And then they ultimately understand that they belong to different lives in a sense, like a perhaps in another life sort of vibe. And that's the ultimate spirit of Never Was. So
what about that girl? Larry was going to marry her at the end of the Leisure Suit Larry 3 in the big Hawaiian thing, and then doesn't she go off with like a lesbian person? I mean, I mean, she ended up going. He didn't get. They went off together, and he didn't get whoever, and then it just never ended up becoming right.
Yes.
I remember that happening.
You're like, well, I remember it, so
it happened.
It officially happened. Yeah. Okay. Best sexual tension. All right. Indiana and Sophia Hapgood. That's kind of, again, that's why like it made me think to write down this category. It's like sexual tension, it's going to be Indiana and Sophia. Because it's like classic Indiana Jones tension. You got the strong male lead with the adversarial female match equivalent. It's kind of more like wrestling with each other than romanticizing, but it's ultimately... It feels unlikely and inevitable at the same time.
Aww.
There we go. That's that. Also, the hero and Katrina is another good choice for this one. And then I wrote my little notes here. I'd say maybe I'm projecting onto the hero, but that's exactly what the hero is. A blank
that is
slate.
It's supposed to be.
Right, for our projection. So yeah, I took the bait and basically did what everyone was thinking, which was, yeah, I could fix her. I can fix her. Give me a shot, man. And then my ultimate pick is going to be Gabriel Knight and Baron Friedrich von Glauer.
Yeah, I'd say the same on this one, just since talking about it on our last one. I think it fits really well, doesn't it?
It does. It
was sexy. It was hot. It was sexy. It was like there was so much energy. Like von Glauer was like, I'm going to stalk you and I'm going to figure out all this stuff about you. And, like there was just all this depth to it.
Right. It's a real tension. Like it's like you can feel it when you're watching it, and it's like it's unexpected, I guess, maybe because of the time period too, like for two dudes, but it's like I think at some point during these scenes, most of us were like, okay, what is going on here? Like, is this really, am I reading this right? Because it seems like these two want to, and that makes, it was fun and unexpected. It's hard to settle on who would be top though.
Right.
I mean...
I'll leave that.
Oh, I will not. I think they gave... He's pretty masculine, but the hair suggests that he's maybe verse. So...
Okay.
Yeah. All right. We can't see each other, nor are we in the same room, but I could tell she's kicking me under the table to move on from that.
You just know more lingo than I do, and I don't need to learn.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, next category. I named this clumsily. Should have a one-night stand. Probably should have just slapped a who on there, but a who on there. Who should have a one-night stand?
Freddie Farkas and Madame Bovary again.
Nice. Yeah.
They both needed it because... and how old is he really? Is he really that young? And is she really that old? Like, I know when you play the game, you think, oh, yeah, she's like the headmistress and he should be with the young girls. And yes, there's like 2 or 3 pretty ones. But really, him and her are probably relatively close in age.
It is hard to tell because those close-up portraits of Freddie were very boyish. They would give him like rosy cheeks and shit. It was hard to...
He just had so much life before, and he had done so many things and become a big gunslinger. But I suppose you could start that stuff really early.
Yeah.
That makes sense too.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point. Plus, I mean, this is, frontier Wild West. They're probably all going to die around 42 anyway, so.
I haven't played the third Gabriel Knight, but Grace and Gabriel, did they ever even sleep with him? What about that cop? Grace and the cop.
What's the cop from?
I don't know his name. Oh, just in the first one.
First Freddy?
Yeah, no, in the first
Gabriel, sorry, yeah.
Gabriel Knight. When you have to go to the cop station and you have to go talk to that cop a bunch of times.
It starts with an M, maybe.
I don't know his name, but she should have slept with him.
Right.
Is my point.
George, Nico, and Lobster Stew.
Oh, right, as a threesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They all should have banged it out.
They should, because that's the only way they're really going to resolve what's to go. And then at the end, they should both just sit there and make her choose.
Yeah. Right.
Whichever one she goes, like a dog, right? This is terrible. I'm going to stop. The point is, she would be like, "Oh, this one," and be all excited.
Right.
No.
She'd be like, he's so much nicer, but he's smaller than him.
Right. Oh, this episode is something.
Some sort of one of those like railroad issues where you have to choose which way the trolley goes. Yeah.
Whew, yes.
Yeah, but imagine. Never mind.
No,
you already
okay.
are.
I probably am.
I mean, I don't know what anybody else would have expected from this type of. I feel like we've actually been quite tame considering the topic of this whole situation.
Mm-hmm. You know who has really good sexual tension but is never to be relieved is, in Quest for Glory 4, there's the old fella Nikolai and Anna, who must have died when she was a lot younger.
Yeah.
But imagine if she had died, let's imagine 40 years earlier, and now she's super young, and he's old, but he turns into a ghost, but he still looks old. But she's still going to want to, do it 15 times. And is he even going to be up to it now? How are they on par?
I don't know. I mean, that gets into, the metaphysics of ghost banging, and I'm not sure that it's possible.
Right, but they're both ghosts now.
Yeah. I mean, not according to the rules of Phantom Fellows World Ghosts.
Right.
There's no.
Jared and the donkey, then.
It'd be like pouring water into water. It'd be like turning a fan on in a room. It's just not. All right. Well, any other one-night stands? I have more one-night stands.
You have more?
Yeah. Ray McCoy from Blade Runner and that Dectora girl would be good because they have this whole tension-y sort of thing. And frankly, I get kind of pegging vibes from Dectora. not so much from Ray, but Ray drinks a lot, so the door is probably open.
What about that lady, speaking of pegging, what about that one-legged lady from Monkey Island?
Nice. That was an awesome transition.
Yeah, Guybrush.
Fantastic. I agree with it just based on the transition alone.
Thank you.
I don't even care if she existed.
It was where it had to go. And she's got that good masculine energy. I think he'd be into it.
All right, hot take. Here's my pick. This is good. This is controversial. Laura Bow and Steve Dorian.
Ooh, that's hot.
Because I'm not convinced they're a match. I don't think they are. They're immediately at each other's throats that night. They both get weird jealousy things going on. They don't seem like they have any chemistry at all.
Yeah.
But it is raw attraction. So I feel like they should just bang it out and move on.
Yeah. And then he should maybe figure out why his voice is so deep and slow.
Right, yeah.
Maybe that's what either got her going, or maybe that's why it's only a one-night stand, Steve. You
should chill with all the fucking poppers or whatever. Isn't there something you inhale that makes your voice really deep?
Helium makes it higher.
Yeah.
There's another one that makes it lower.
That's
a heavier air. Yeah. I don't remember what.
Okay, who's the freakiest in the bedroom?
Let's see. Out of all of the people we've talked about, it's probably, I don't know. You might be surprised, Arena, the goodness of love and light from Quest for Glory. You might, because she's got all the powers of the universe and the healing. When you get her in the room, she's gonna just take it on.
Oh snap!
And you're gonna get the full meal deal.
What happens if you try to heal something that doesn't need healing? Probably feels pretty good.
Yeah, you'd be like, give me more of that fruit, baby. I just want another little piece. And she'd be like, ain't no snake telling you to eat it. It's just me, baby, and you can eat it all.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, that's fantastic. That's you don't need to even improve on that. If you want to, you can. But I'll say stuff and then
Rosella and her brother Alexander at the end of King's Quest 3. Sorry, I got the idea from his Space Quest historian video, and I've never been able to get the comedy of it out of my head. I even went so far as to watch the ending again and take screenshots of each scene, but all I could notice was that her boobs were bouncing as she walked, which was very satisfying.
Yeah. No, Trolls was right to point out how weird that was.
Yeah.
And so were you. So
thank you.
Yeah.
Yay.
Curtis and Teresa are like on record the clear winners here because they have a BDSM scene like in the game. So there's that. I'd also kind of like to see the hero and Katrina get into it. And then my actual pick is I don't mean that the way it came out, by the way. Like, I would like to watch a pornography of the hero and Katrina together.
No, I think a lot of people would, though. So I don't think
would,
you'd be
yeah.
you would be in good company. Yeah, you were.
I did a lie.
You were. Yeah.
So my pick is Dr. Fred and Nurse Edna. Because they're both already in role-play, cosplay outfits.
And they're blue. They're both.
Like, think about it. She's walking around as a nurse. This isn't a doctor's office. It's not a hospital. She's just at home in a sexy little nurse outfit. And he's got the doctor thing. Oh, they have a dungeon. Oh, and a gerbil. Dude.
That's true.
Yeah. So that wins this whole episode.
That's why they get mad when you microwave it.
Right, yeah. Yeah, that's it. We should stop there, man. This episode peaked. All right, this is actually the last one. This was not a long episode. That's probably good.
Yeah, you're welcome, everybody listening.
Right, because we all know you tune in to get the fuck back out. It's like just...
Yeah, and this one they got the fucking was in the episode, though.
Nice, yeah, it was. It still will be, because this one is Forbidden Love.
Yeah.
So I want to say off the bat Willie Beamish and his sister Tiffany, but it's more that I wanted his sister and I was playing as Willie. It's not really Willie's fault. He was just
it's
my
always
avatar.
Willie's fault somehow or another.
Yeah, that's one of those. If you know, you know, man. If you play Willie Beamish and you disagree, let me know. That's it. That'd be scientifically fascinating. Okay, but for a serious answer, and not to sound like Anna here with the constant quest for glorying, but Hero and Katrina is probably a good serious answer because he's the literal embodiment of nobility and she's a vampire sorceress. You know, there's like a mortality and a morality issue.
There's a whole thing going there.
Yeah. But my actual pick, I saved this for last, was Jared and his mule because it's lonely on the frontier.
It's true. I've only said it like 6 times. It fits everywhere. Jared and his mule. It's just it's such a good signification of any idea.
Yeah, it's for sure.
Because it's love and it's hate and it's riches and it's poorness.
All right, I'm actually starting to picture it a little. So let's
move forward.
Yeah, let's stop. There is no moving forward though, unless wait, you got to give us a forbidden love.
Oh right, yeah. No, everybody does love a little bit of forbidden love. I don't know. That's an interesting one. I've been thinking about it.
For what it's worth.
Back to Gabriel and Von Glower is the obvious because I keep coming back to that one. But I think I've said most of my other ones. Rosella and Edgar were kind of like the forbidden love if it actually happened. And wasn't there a continuation or something of it that happened in King's Quest 7? I don't quite remember. I think Edgar came back in some form. I'm always so hazy on that game. Somebody can feel free to let me know. Send an email.
Yeah, I don't know. That's the only one I haven't played. Oh, well, 7 and 8, but that's the only one that I will play that I haven't.
And why does nobody love Connor?
I mean that's apparent though. There's
Aww.
It's a physical attraction thing. Those polygons are just a rough aesthetic.
Aww. Okay.
So, all right, we're done. That's it. So if you guys are Patreon subscribers, stay tuned after the whatever and
after the beep.
And then we're gonna say more things, but not for long because it's just a quick fire round. But they're gross and fun, so you might like it.
Awesome. Yeah, and before we go, obviously, check out the Phantom Fellows. And hey, did you know that there's a pin and a magnet? You can get it from Canvas Quest Tom. So go on his site and check that out, or there's a link to that on thephantomfellows.com. And right here, I'm pointing to it. You can see it right underneath the little description that sounds kind of like the words I'm reading now.
Yeah, she was pointing downwards. I saw that.
It was a whole thing. So, but anyways, yeah, that's adventuregamemerch.com. Come say hi to us. You can find me on Twitter at CGG Podcast and Paul at the Phantom Fellows.
But with no the.
With no the. I said at the Oh, yeah, right. So it's really hard to say that without a the. And I also had somebody asking about if our email was still available, but it is not the old one. It is still don'tdoamurder@gmail.com. So that's where we want you to get a hold of us. And you can also find us on Patreon. And I'd like to take a second to say hello to our new Patreoners, Robert N., who's joined the free category, and Malcontent Matt, who has joined the superfan category. Hello to both of you. Thank you for joining, and it's nice to meet you both.
Thank you.
Welcome. And I'd also like to say thank you to Brian, Mick, Tim, Gareth, Chapman, Christopher, Yanis, Alan, all of you for being true believers. And we will actually have, as Paul said, a little bit of stuff for you today. So check it out.
And then don't do a murder. Okay.
No, it's okay. Put on the vocal fry. Make it happen. Yeah, baby. Let's go. Do it like the kid in E.T. You have to talk when you're breathing in, right? I'm okay.
Jesus
Creepy, right?
Christ. Like that?
I'm okay.
I'm okay. Everything is okay.
That's the one.